has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
It's a pain-free Friday. Ferrall's holding out minutes on the mahogany, waxing it up. 100, 200. The bad say the burgundy, the bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City. The Big Apple. Ooh. People dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion trade up. Oh, woo, woo. Along with the Tutty and Tater King himself, the founder of the ILC podcast, rights holder of the Seat of Integrity, and the Put It With the Golf guru, Carver. Hi this afternoon, lady. Mafia is running it along with Luke Hamilpada. The rundown on this last day of the week, we've got Matt Murschel from the Orlando Sentinel talking college football. We've got Ethan Mark from the Ethan Mark Band. They got a big bash going on tonight with the release of their new album. And in the final hour, Adam Kaplan, our NFL insider, with a double shot. All right, Carver High, there's so much going on. I can't even keep pace. I really can't. I just want to say, Yannick Sinner destroy the Joker today at Wimbledon in one semi, and Alcaraz finished off Taylor Fritz. I'll tell you this much. That guy was up 6-4 in a tiebreak in the fourth set, 1 point away from forcing a fifth set, and he lost 4 straight points and the match to Alcaraz. Bottom line is he never gets it done. I don't care what anybody says. That kid never gets it done. He's always a bridesmaid. And once again, we'll have Alcaraz and Sinner in the final. And if you remember the 5.5-hour epic at the Roland Garros French Open final that Alcaraz won, we're going to get a rematch on the grass on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern in London.
We certainly are. And I actually thought that the Joker match would be the good one this morning, right? I thought out of the two, the Joker-Sinner match would be the one with a little bit of drama. Joker got completely cleaned out. Like, it wasn't even, I mean, he had no shot.
Do you think it ends him in terms of Wimbledon? That'll be it. 7 titles. He knows now. When I watched him grab his bag and walk off in a hurry, I think it's the last time we'll see him there, because he knows he can't win Wimbledon again. I mean, he can't. Yeah. He can't beat either one of those guys.
I think that it's probably starting to dawn on him. When it comes to those two, just like it, look, Federer and Nadal hung on for as long as they could until they couldn't do it anymore. And I'm sure the Joker wants to try to do the same thing. But yeah, those guys have taken over now. They're the two best guys. And man, Fritz had a shot today, like you said. He should have at least gotten that
didn't he? And he blew it.
He had a shot.
He was up 2 points, and he was serving. And he's still
serving up to. Couldn't finish the job. Really disappointing from Taylor Fritz. So at least you'll have one American in one of the finals, right? With the girl tomorrow morning. So at least you have one American.
She's from Freehold, will be there. New Jersey, where they closed the Freehold racetrack this past year.
the pride of New Jersey. We always love with that. All right, we have other things.
I used to go there to the window to cash tickets.
We have now. It is run down. We also have an afternoon game. We didn't originally have an afternoon game in baseball scheduled, but rained out last night in Chicago between the Guardians and White Sox. So why not? It's a beautiful Friday afternoon in the summer. We might as well play two there in Chicago, where Logan Allen and Shane Smith will get going in about 5 minutes. Minus 120 for the Guardians, even money for the White Sox, and an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Guardians coming off the sweep of Houston against that Chicago White Sox team. And, the only thing they got going for them today is they're playing at Comiskey, as you know, so that people don't get nervous. We did rename Rate Field Comiskey Park again. We brought it back from the dead.
We did bring it back from the dead, and we're allowed to do that around here.
Yes.
So that's just how it goes. Just ask the place the Steelers play.
We change things we don't like, is what we do.
Correct, which is okay. Like I said, we're allowed to make decisions like that. The second round of the Scottish Open across the pond at the Renaissance Club is now in the books. We are on our way to the weekend. How about Chris got her up and get him down? Shooting a 9 under today, 11 under in the clubhouse, and he is your leader going into the weekend. And he will see Harry Hall with him in the final pair on Saturday's round number 3. Hall with a great day, 6 under to get to 9. We got a lot of guys in the mix, though. Matthew Fitzpatrick is 8 under. He shot a great round. Ludwig Aubert was on fire today, gets to 8 under. Matty Schmid, Nick Taylor. Rory got to 7 under after a 5 under day. Sepp Straka, Jake Afternoon Nap. Xander's only 6 under. So we have some names here. And I will tell you, it was a good day for me. I'm already done with the golf this weekend. I usually do a 10-man make the cut parlay every week. And you're lucky, I try to hit just one a year. One a year usually pays for the whole year. We got it today, Scotty. The 10-man make the cut parlay came through at the Scottish Open, thanks to Bobby Mack making a birdie on 17
All right, so wait a minute.
getting himself on the cut line.
Explain this to me again. Here, explain this.
So I usually take like 10 guys to make the cut, and I parlay them together. It's a big, it's a fun $10 bet to have a little juice on guys to make the cut. Usually it's, you're not even sweating. You usually have 2 or 3 guys that are completely smashed, and you got no shot. It was a sweat today. I was on the number all the way till the end when it ended, and Bobby Mack getting to 1 under, the defending champion, and on the cut line, cash it. The 10-man make the cut parlay that I do every week came through. So we're off to the golf's already. It was $10 to win just over 1,000. So it was a good. It was a nice hit. It was a nice hit for the
turn on the barbecue grill and get on the cooler. It is happening.
Yeah, the golf's a big winner this weekend. Before sunset, so nice. It's a fun. Yeah, I got to do the radio show tonight. We are doing the radio, that's for sure.
I'd be cracking a cold Bud like.
Elsewhere, we have, of course, the ISCO in Kentucky, the ISCO Championship, where Chan Kim, who, of course, shot the 9 under yesterday to be the first round leader, he's already given one back through 7 holes today. So he's now down to 8 under. That's good for us because we have Chris Ventura, golf detective, on our card this week. And he is 6 under after his round today. So we need to see Chris Ventura. Rico Hoey, of course, always hanging around. Skins at 5 under. Wow. Kevin Kisner, Cam Champ, we have also at 4 under. So we have a few guys in the ISCO.
Sergeant Slaughter at 4 under.
Yeah, there's a few guys that are in the mix. So if you want to get involved with the ISCO, they're still playing the afternoon slate.
David Cohn checking in at 4 under.
I've also got for you this afternoon, and I'll give you, since we're close to the break, I'll give you the numbers for this, and we don't have Gabe today, so I can do that. When we come back, I'll give you the numbers for the early slate of Summer League games. There's 2, one at 4 East, one at 4:30 East. So I'll give you those early. I'll give you the rest late. How about, hey, you think Cooper Flagg took enough shots last night? Jeez. 10 for 21 or 5 for 21 from the floor? Come on.
When you're that much of a star, you got to fire it up.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
So, Mike, I thought Flag, he said it was the worst game he's ever played. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought his shooting was obviously poor, 5 of 21. And then, but he did go 10, 6, and 4. Some guys, that's a lifetime before they put up a stat line like that. He had the big steal and dunk. He had a couple of nice turnaround Jays with a hand in his face that he stuck. And he made some plays, right? He made plays that led to buckets. I thought he played relatively smart. It's not the worst thing in the world. I feel like people expect him to go out and have 30 every night, and that's not going to happen in the NBA. So let's not forget, he's 18 years old. He's a rookie, and that's just the bottom line. I mean, he's going to have to, grow into this, and it's going to take time. And I have said to you and expressed this pretty clearly that this summer league is really, at the end of the day, some sloppy-ass basketball. I mean, it is not the conference finals and NBA finals here. This is not even close to the NBA Cup. This is more like the WNBA when you really look at it. Guys shooting air balls. Flag shot a couple air balls last night with guys in his face. I saw a lot of guys in a lot of games shooting air balls and looking bad and throwing balls away and getting balls stolen and, travels and this and that and dirty screens. It's just a sloppy rookie 2-year guy. There are guys actually, Mike, I know a guy, I'm watching a guy in his 8th year. I couldn't even believe it, playing in a summer league game. And that's when you know you suck. When you're in your 8th year and you're still playing in summer league games, you don't matter at all. So let's calm down on Cooper Flag and his, I guess, sketchy start to his career last night.
Well, look, and again, this is not, it's one night. It's his first game. It took 21.
I mean, they're judging him like it's like the end of his career.
Yeah, it means absolutely nothing.
That's right.
How he plays in the summer league. It means absolutely nothing. He can go 5 for 21 every game in the summer league, and it doesn't make a difference. Who cares? It's the summer league. It's what you do in the real games that start in November. You know, those are the ones that matter. Even though regular season games are kind of nonsense, but still, that's how it goes.
I want to see what kind of Bernie gets on that Dallas team. Like, when they actually play, how many minutes is he going to get in, his rookie season? Because they have a really good team loaded with veterans, and there's no way that they're going to, be happy even though this kid's a superstar in the making, a generational talent, there's a lot of guys that aren't going to be interested in that, him getting all their burn.
No, they are not going to be interested in that. 2 early games in the Summer League today. Let's get those out of the way, and then we'll do the rest later on. You have got Memphis and Boston, which is a 4 o'clock East tip. Memphis now -5, 189.5. And then Atlanta-Miami will be the 4:30 East tip. That is now actually down to 2.5 for the Heat. So from 5 to 2.5, and the Grizzlies from -4 to -5 here early afternoon.
Well, the one that I would bet would be the Heat. We've already seen them play, and they looked really good in their win over Golden State. They spanked their ass. So I'd bet on that and lay the 2.5.
There you go. We'll do the rest later on. We've got a lot of NBA, including, I know they put out that the story in the NBA that's getting a lot of gas today, Scotty, is the Lakers are done with LeBron, right? Is that the story that they basically put out today, all the guys at ESPN, that after this season, they're done with him one way or the other?
Well, I said to you yesterday that when that comes to an end in Lipstick City, that'll be the end of his son, too. So, all of that was done for obvious reasons. Let's not drag it any further than it has to. Why Bronny's playing on the Lakers. So I think that that'll be the end of both of them. I still don't believe he's leaving LA. I still believe that he's going to be making movies and TV shows and documentaries and producing all of his, podcasts and everything else he does. I think he'll still set up shop there. I'll believe it when I see it that he's living in Akron, Ohio. After you live in Los Angeles in the sunshine and the weather year-round, and then you go to Ohio to visit grandma, you realize how quickly you don't want to be there, okay? Let's just face it. I have been to Stowe, Ohio. My uncle lived there. It is nothing. I mean, it is like a real mistake. There's no getting around Akron, Stowe, Cleveland. Cleveland's cool, if you like drinking. Okay, that's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's good there at the end of the day.
That's right.
All right, that's really all that it comes down to. All right, let's get to the baseball. We have a lot of baseball, and clearly the game from last night we got to start with is the Yankees, who beat the Mariners 6-5 in 10 innings. Let's give you the walk-off, and then we'll talk about everything else, because a lot happened in this game. The Yankees were getting no hit by Brian Wu into the 8th inning.
Too. I gave you 4 tickets last night. I cashed all 4 of them.
Yankees were down 5-0. They were getting no hit. They rallied for 3 in the 8th and then 2 in the 9th to tie it. Bases loaded in the 10th for Aaron Judge on the Yes Network.
The 1-1. High fly ball. Center field, tagging Volpe. The catch is made. Here comes Volpe. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's safe. Yankees win. A sac fly by Judge. Yankees win 6-5. From no hit to no way. They come all the way back to win it and sweep Seattle.
That was the best Yankee game all year. I mean, they're getting no hit in the 8th inning, and then they win, and they have no runs. No hits. And then they win the game 6-5. You got to be kidding me. And I had them at plus 105. Boom.
Boom. It is a winner. I've got a few other things from this game that we got to talk about when we come back, and then we'll get through everything else from last night. The Red Sox don't lose either. They beat the Rays again last night.
Never lose.
Cooper Flag against Bronny James feels like Mike DeCourcy against Mike Tyson. I'm sorry. I mean, let's be real about this. We're talking about a generational prospect in Cooper Flag, and LeBron's kid who averaged 5.5 points in his 1 year of Division I basketball. I'm not saying LeBron is a poor player, but I don't see him as an equal attraction or an equal.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Things you have to look at is what the team has the following day, especially when it comes to bullpen usage. You know, a lot of the things I like to attack is you see these extra inning games, these games get drawn out, these bullpens get worn, or if someone gets shelled the first 3 innings and they got to go to the pen, early, that's a good spot to kind of hop in the middle of the next game. You got a tired bullpen, right? You try and take advantage there, maybe with an over, maybe with the money line. You're getting plus money on a favorite at that point.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Piece of an interesting couple of weeks in California, if you recall, just I think it was 2 weeks ago, language was inserted into a bill that would outlaw or ban sweepstakes casinos and sports betting, which of course we've seen lots of that happen this year. So California is an interesting market because, as you've said, there is no legal online casino, there is no legal online sports betting.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Like Montreal, has a new coach. Like I might be the new coach in Montreal in 2 weeks. Like they have a new coach all the time, and they always have, oh yeah, we're playing a new system. And they have a bunch of 20-year-old players and kids on the pitch. Anyone that's good, they sell and they trade for money all the time. It's a real disaster. But they hit a new low tonight, getting eliminated by the Forge.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
All right, so that was quite a win last night in the good old Boogie Down.
It was quite the win in the Boogie Down. Of course, you heard the Judge walk off 6-5 in 10 innings. That was the Yankees' first win this season when trailing after 8 innings. They had been 0-35 in those spots since then. Let's hear from Aaron Judge on the comeback win.
Aaron Giancarlo was just saying that was a good start to Steele for you guys with the way that Wu was throwing. What was the feeling like in the dugout once Jazz gets the hit and things start to roll?
Oh, the feeling never changed. Even if we got no hits or 10 hits, the feeling never changes. But at least we don't have a 0 up there on the board, so that was a relief. But guys are having good at bats, all night. Just kind of hitting it right at guys or just missing balls. But Wu's one of the best pitchers in the game for a reason. He can command his fastball, both fastballs well, works the slider all over the plate. So, happy to definitely steal a win there, especially after the great start he had.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This guy, Wu-Tang Clan, he had it all going last night.
He really did. He took the no-hitter in the 8th. It was his 18th straight start of pitching 6 or more innings. And I'll say this about him.
That's crazy.
I really like that dude. Usually guys try to act like they don't know they're throwing a no-hitter or they're they don't. Did you see him when he lost it on that little bleed? He was but you saw it on his face. He was like, man, I really wanted to do that. You could, and I don't know if you saw the video that's been going around of him calling his parents when he got named to the All-Star team, which is, kind of a hokey thing. But I thought he seems like a real, genuine dude that's easy to root for. I like Brian Wu a lot. I've really, even after last night when he lost the no-hitter, I thought it was pretty cool. Did you see also that Munoz that came in the 9th? You think they had that guy figured out? I mean, did you see him waving their arms?
Yeah.
Grisham at second base when he was throwing the sliders? That was bizarre.
Yeah, he was tipping his pitches, and the Yankees were reading him like a book.
And I saw some people mention, well, why are the Yankees being so upfront about it? Why are they? Because usually there's there's other ways to signal that aren't so abrasive. It's just throwing your arms in the air. Honestly, they're down in the 9th. What? It's not time to go in the dugout and have a talk about it. They had to Get it done now. They're not going to see that guy again this year. That was their last game with Seattle.
Yeah, well,
so you might as well do it.
Yeah, if a guy's that blatant, take advantage of it. Why not jump up and down and let your teammates know what he's throwing? Like, are you kidding me? This isn't some kind of law that they're breaking. It's not a felony. If a guy's going to tip his pitches, then you're busted. It's as simple as that.
Blame Raleigh. He should have went out. Raleigh even said it after the game.
Blame
he should have went out there and
University
told
of Michigan. It's their fault.
It's the University of Michigan for stealing signs. The Orioles ended up sweeping that doubleheader from the Mets. So they take both games at Camden Yards yesterday. A fail for that one. Reds beat the Marlins 6-0. They had a Spencer Steer homer in that game.
1.5 on that ticket.
There you go.
Boom.
Run line. The Red Sox beat the Rays 4-3. They were down going into the 7th inning, and then the rally occurred. Rafala was the one that put them up on Nesson.
The righties 1-2. And a line right base hit center field. Romy scores. Marcelo trying to score. The throw home. He's in. And the Red Sox lead it 4-3.
I mean, what is it now? 7 straight, something like that? I mean, they win every night, and the streak's even bigger than that in terms of what they've done like over their last 15 games.
Yep, 7 in a row, and they've been outstanding at home at Fenway, and they will get Alex Bregman back tonight. He's in the lineup, hitting second against the Rays. Yes.
And, yesterday we talked about this, new audience today. Let's just stop already with the nonsense of this guy being mentioned as trade bait, that they're going to trade Bregman, and there's 5 or 7 teams interested in him. Like, well, how about, every team in the league would be interested in him? Let's face facts. They're not trading Alex Bregman. I will keel over if they are that stupid. They've already done enough damage with Devers. I don't care what anybody says. Devers hit in that ballpark, and he hit more than anybody. And he's their best player the last 5 years there, and they got rid of him. They're not getting rid of Bregman. They brought Bregman in there. That's why Devers is gone. Bregman is now the best player on the Red Sox, better than Story, better than everybody, and they're not trading him.
That goes for Chapman, too. So people thinking that they're going to trade Chapman. Chapman's been excellent for them.
It's been awesome.
Against Bronny James feels like Mike DeCourcy against Mike Tyson. I'm sorry. I mean, let's be real about this. We're talking about a generational prospect in Cooper Flagg, and LeBron's kid who averaged 5.5 points in his 1 year of Division I basketball. I'm not saying LeBron is a poor player, but I don't see him as an equal attraction or an equal.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Things you have to look at is what the team has the following day, especially when it comes to bullpen usage. A lot of the things I like to attack is you see these extra inning games, these games get drawn out, these bullpens get worn, or if someone gets shelled the first 3 innings and they got to go to the pen, early, that's a good spot to kind of hop in the middle of the next game. You got a tired bullpen, right? You try and take advantage there, maybe with an over, maybe with a money line. You're getting plus money on a favorite at that point.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Piece of an interesting couple of weeks in California. If you recall, just I think it was 2 weeks ago, language was inserted into a bill that would outlaw or ban sweepstakes casinos and sports betting, which of course we've seen lots of that happen this year. So California is an interesting market because, as you've said, there is no legal online casino. There is no legal online sports betting.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Like Montreal, has a new coach. Like, I might be the new coach of Montreal in 2 weeks. Like, they have a new coach all the time, and they always have, we're playing a new system. They're like, they have a bunch of 20-year-old players and kids on the pitch. Anyone that's good, they sell and they trade for money all the time. Like, it's a real disaster. But they hit a new low tonight, getting eliminated by the Forge.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
know if you mentioned that or not, Mike, because Bregman's coming back tonight. He's back in the lineup tonight after being out. So not only are they on fire, but they're getting their star third baseman back. And he has, frankly, torn it up since he's been a Red Sox. I mean, that's just all there is to it, right? So, and I agree with you about Chapman. Chapman is an all-star. He's still throwing well over 100 and getting guys out and getting saves. And it makes me sick to my stomach. I actually saw him pitch this way in Pittsburgh, too. And, of course, they got rid of him. And then to see him on the Red Sox kills me because, you know, to me, he's a Yankee. And to see him on that team is sacrilege. Can't even have it. Can't have it.
Yeah,
Won't have it.
He has the third best ERA among relievers this season. He's got a 1.22 in 37 innings pitched. Only Randy Rodriguez, who's got a 0.69, and Chris Flexen, who's got a 0.83, who's actually going to be, I believe, the opener for the Cubs tonight at Yankee Stadium. They're the only ones who have a better ERA out of the pen than Chapman. So he has been excellent for them. And yes, I did mention Bregman hitting second tonight and playing third for the Sox. One other thing that I told you, Cleveland and Chicago have gotten underway at Comiskey. Daniel Schneemann and Angel Martinez have both already taken Shane Smith to the cleaners. That would mean into the empty bleacher seats in right field. 2-0 Cleveland in the bottom of the second inning.
That's what I like
Chicago.
to see.
So,
your boy
already out
Schneemann.
and
By the
running.
way, Carver High, did you notice that today we have, under no planning whatsoever, both wearing black and pink?
I did notice that. That was absolutely not planned
Run to the
by
window.
anybody at all.
I mean, run
Maybe
to the
it's
window.
because we know that there now is only, including this weekend, seven summer weekends until
'em.
college football starts. Seven summer weekends to get involved. 7 summer Fridays, as we always say on C2C. All right, the A's beat the Braves 5-4 in 11 innings last night. Tyler, don't call me Tommy Soderstrom. Did you see the homer he hit in the first inning that hit the trees out there in right center in Sacramento? So he had a 3-run homer to start the game, and then he sent the fans home on A's radio.
4 hits in the last 2 games, lefty on lefty with Bummer throwing, and a breaking ball. Line to right center, base hit. Here's Brooker to second. Up with the ball is Harris. Around third, the play to the plate is not nearly in time. And Soderstrom walks it off for the A's, scoring Rucker from second base.
There you go. Big game for Soderstrom. And the A's, they took that series away from the Braves. The Braves still have problems. The only time the Braves win, it would appear to me, it doesn't matter if Strider's pitching, Sale's been out. It's when Acuna hits home runs. When that guy has a big game, they win. And when he doesn't, they lose. That's it.
Or when they play the Mets, right? They've beaten the Mets quite a bit this year. When they play the Mets or when
fair enough.
That seems to be when the Braves have won their games. Mason Miller was he was gassed up in that game last night. He had a pitch hit 104.1, and then he had 2 others that hit 103. Your boy was gassing it last night. Your boy Mason Miller.
Throwing BBs.
Rangers throwing BBs. Rangers beat the Angels 11-4. Up and away. The match was lit in Anaheim. Adolis Garcia on Rangers TV.
Something a little different about the way he goes about it. Boy, this ball's pounded. Deep to center field. Adele at the wall. Gone! Adolis Garcia hits his 11th of the year. And the Rangers tack on some runs.
So I gave you the Angels-Rangers over 9.5. I gave you that Yankees plus 105, and I gave you the Reds run line at plus 115, and I still have one left in the bag from yesterday that I cashed. You haven't hit it yet, so when I hear you hit it, I'll be very happy.
Well, the Padres beat the Diamondbacks.
There it is.
4-3 at Petco last night to split those 4 games. Now, we rang the bell with Fernando Tatis Jr. In fact, he hit a homer, and then he had another one robbed. There have been a lot of home runs robbed in that series.
And we said Manny.
Well, we said Manny as well, and Manny put them ahead for good on Padres TV.
High drive, deep left field. Man. 16th of the year. Padres take a 3-2 lead.
Manny. Wow. Okay.
Manny and Tatis. When both of those guys homer, that's usually a win for the Padres. And the Cardinals beat the Nationals 8-1 last night. Lifeless effort from the Nats out in St. Louis. Pete Crow Armstrong, only player in Major League Baseball, that would be history, not this season, history, to have 25 homers, 25 steals, and 70 RBIs before the All-Star break. History. That's pretty good.
And he's not even considered for the MVP over Ohtani
it's not even
with
close.
His average numbers. Not even close.
The other guys already got it. It's not even close. Just give him the award because, remember, he pitches and he hits. He does both.
By the way,
so
going back to the Cardinals, your boy, Nicolas. That's his first win since late May. Yeah, he only had a month and a half since he won a game.
Yeah, unfortunately, I needed the Wood Doctor last night. Unfortunately, Mikolas pitched really good. And I think Luis Robert, did he get one? He did get one. Luis Robert with a homer for the White Sox. 2-2.
Not good. That is not good.
Well, now I hope that Cleveland scores 10 runs, and you got it. I needed Luis Robert, and now I'm fine with anything else that happens in that game. The Astros are calling up their top prospect, infielder Bryce Matthews, this weekend. Mostly second base, I believe, is where Matthews plays. So you'll see some of him. Man, they're already in first. They're adding another young stud possibly to their lineup. Look out. MLB ERA leaders the last 2 seasons. That's 220-plus innings pitched. Skeens is the only one under 2, 1.95. Then Skubal, 2.25. Wheeler, 2.42. Sale, 2.43. And Brian Wu, 2.83. Oh, Wu getting in there with those guys.
But how about Skeens? That he's that much ahead of everyone else, including Skubal. I mean, 195 to 225 to me is a gigantic leap. I mean, that's
it's
amazing.
Huge.
That really is amazing. So here we go again with the question of who should be starting again in the All-Star game, and I say Skeens. Skeens is the best pitcher in baseball the last 2 seasons, and that ERA proves it. And then don't look at his record because he plays for the Pirates. The Pirates never win. So he can't win when he's on a loser. I mean, this is the kind of team that you play on a loser every day for a few years, you just become a loser. And then you don't even know what it's like to win. And it sucks the life out of you. You don't enjoy going to the ballpark every day or to your job when all you do is lose. Trust me, I've seen it in high school sports where, if you're on a loser and you're a great player and you're on a loser and you can't help the team win and all you do is lose, it sucks the life out of you. I don't care at what level, college, high school, pro, if all you do is lose like Skeens does, eventually you're miserable.
Eventually, they don't let you buy Babe Ruth's apartment. That's how miserable it gets for you. They don't let you buy Babe Ruth's apartment in New York City, which, as we talked about yesterday, Livy tried to do. And Skeens, as I said to you, one day he will get to buy an apartment in New York City when he plays for the Yankees.
Yeah,
he'll get to buy a penthouse when the Yankees give him $500-600 million. The day will come. All right, AL East, by the way, the only division with 4 teams that have 50-plus wins. Because of how hot the Blue Jays and the Red Sox have gotten, 4 teams with 50-plus wins. The best division in baseball now.
Against Bronny James feels like Mike DeCourcy against Mike Tyson. I'm sorry. I mean, let's be real about this. We're talking about a generational prospect in Cooper Flagg and LeBron's kid who averaged 5.5 points in his 1 year of Division I basketball. I'm not saying LeBron is a poor player, but I don't see him as an equal attraction or an equal.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Things you have to look at is what the team has the following day, especially when it comes to bullpen usage. You know, a lot of the things I like to attack is you see these extra inning games, these games get drawn out, these bullpens get worn, or if someone gets shelled the first 3 innings and they got to go to the pen, early, that's a good spot to kind of hop in the middle of the next game. You got a tired bullpen, right? You try and take advantage there, maybe with an over, maybe with the money line. You're getting plus money on a favorite at that point.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Piece of an interesting couple of weeks in California, if you recall, I think it was 2 weeks ago, language was inserted into a bill that would outlaw or ban sweepstakes casinos and sports betting, which of course we've seen lots of that happen this year. So California is an interesting market because, as you've said, there is no legal online casino. There is no legal online sports betting.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Like Montreal, has a new coach. Like I might be the new coach in Montreal in 2 weeks. Like they have a new coach all the time, and they always have, we're playing a new system. And they have a bunch of 20-year-old players and kids on the pitch. Anyone that's good, they sell and they trade for money all the time. It's a real disaster. But they hit a new low tonight, getting eliminated by the Forge.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Pardeep Khatri is an excellent soccer beat writer for CBS Sports. She covers the game, the glorious game that it is. And I know she's excited about next year when the World Cup comes back to New York, back to North America. The final will be at Snoopy in East Rutherford, like the Club World Cup is Sunday, I believe, unless I got that wrong. Is it Sunday or is it Saturday? It is Sunday?
It's Sunday. Yeah.
All right. So it's great to have you on the show, and people can follow you at P Khatri, Cattry on X for her coverage. I think you'll dig it. All right. So Pardeep, let's start with this. I actually have watched this entire tournament, and this team from France, PSG, is just flat out better than everybody. I mean, they stomped Real. The game was over 8 minutes into the game. The game was over. Some people may not have thought so. Not only that, I got to tell you, I was very upset, and I went crazy on the show with it, that it wasn't on TNT or TBS like the Chelsea game was. Like, you got to be kidding me. Two of the greatest teams in the world, and I got to download the zone for $200 a year. I'm not having it. The next thing I said was, what, are they not going to show the final? I mean, how was that game not on TV when I want to watch the best two teams in the world? That's bad for soccer.
Listen, I can't speak to anybody else's broadcast arrangements, but I'm totally in line with you that game was so interesting, just the way it was billed. And you're right about PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, the team that ended up beating Real Madrid 4-0. They were up 2-0 within the first 10 minutes. I think for anybody who's actually who's been paying attention, which, is me, it's not that much of a surprise that Real Madrid ended up losing that game, because PSG are the type of team that overwhelm every single opponent they ever face, and they overwhelm them quick. They play this really, really intense type of game. Even if you're a soccer casual, you'll be able to notice how dominating they are in every single area of the field, especially in the wide areas. And they just know how to overwhelm teams in a way that most teams have a tough time playing against, be they, somebody like Inter Miami or somebody like Real Madrid.
So I said on the show the other day, when I was not watching it and I was following it, I said and I had already watched Chelsea several times play in the tournament. They're not beating that team. They're not.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big question, right? I think because again, just speaking from somebody who understands PSG a little bit, they sort of went on this tear starting in February. They've beat a lot of different teams from England. The big question right now is, how do you beat this version of PSG? Nobody's really answered that question yet. We'll see if Chelsea can, but they're a very young team, so it might be a different kind of challenge too for them, just because they don't have experiences at this level yet. It'll make them better in the long run, but I don't know if they're ready to compete in the short run with them. That's the big question.
So, this team won the Champions League, and here they are going for this tournament as well, the Club World Cup, which is essentially, in my view, a dry run for the World Cup. They wanted to see, I think FIFA wanted to see how was the United States going to handle these games that they had in Atlanta and everywhere and all these indoor places. I'm actually glad that is going to be outdoors Sunday and next year, that we're going to see the final because a lot of people don't like that it's there. I said I could have handled it at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It's way more beautiful than that dump they're playing in, which is what it is. They built an ashtray the first time when the Giants played there, and then they built another ashtray like it was its cousin when they built the new stadium. It was the same dump as the old one, and that's where they're playing the World Cup. How do you think the North Americans did, if you will, the United States, in handling the Club World Cup as opposed to what they got to deal with next year?
So I think it's a really complicated question. In terms of the things that are well within the control of the people that actually can run this event, I think it's gone as expected, right? I'm based in the New York area, so I've been to all the games here. There'll be 9 games here by the time the final happens. Logistically, in terms of getting people to places, it's worked. Trains I think have run well, at least from my experience. Attendance is going to be a big sticking point and a big legacy of this tournament, because unfortunately the crowds weren't there. But most people, myself included, believe that it's not really comparable to what will happen next year. I think because the Club World Cup, there's a certain newness to it. People haven't latched onto it the way they would a World Cup, even if soccer isn't the most popular sport in this country. I think everybody understands in America, the World Cup is in its own category. It really is the most popular sporting event in the whole world. And so I think that part of it leaves a complicated legacy for the Club World Cup. But I think that has less to do with American people as it has more to do with whether or not FIFA made the right choice hosting this event here, hosting the event the way they ended up doing it.
I think that's very interesting. I think you may be onto something. Let me ask you this question. I put this out there, I think yesterday. I got to be honest. I'd rather see Liverpool play PSG Sunday than this Chelsea team. And I agree with you. They're very young, and go for it. Have your day. Have your shot. I hope you have a great game, these Chelsea kids. But they're against this monster. The 2 best teams in the world are Liverpool and PSG. That's what people want to see.
I mean, that's sort of just the quirk of this tournament, or any tournament like it in the soccer world. You got to qualify for it, and Liverpool didn't do that because they didn't win the Champions League in the last couple of years. At least for them, these are 2 teams that play in Europe. They might play each other in the Champions League. They actually did a few months ago. That's where PSG sort of made their first statement, this version of PSG, by beating Liverpool. And now they've been on a tear ever since. So maybe that's something that will happen next time around, but it just happens to be one of those quirks about how you qualify for these things.
So Mafia said that on the show the other day that he was afraid of the Brazilians at the train station. He was scared for his life. So we're not going to invite him to the World Cup next year, because I want to see all the Brazilians, the Portuguese. I want to see all the best from all over the world come to New York and enjoy the World Cup. Hey, great job. Have fun Sunday covering PSG and Chelsea. Thanks for coming on Coast to Coast. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for having me.
I say, you crank that Soldier Boy, right? You Darvish back on the mound. Haven't seen this guy in a minute right now. Yeah, man, crank it, man. Get it going up. Hit the high. Yeah, let's go. Crank that Soldier Boy up here. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. That was big back then. Where were you? Senior high school? Or maybe even in grade school?
bar mitzvah slate. In the bar mitzvah slate, each and every weekend, the young Benny Steve was out there hitting.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Tony Gwynn had 107 career at-bats against Greg Maddux. Never struck out once.
Oh, that's nuts.
In 107 times. 107. Cam, if you took the modern player and said, are you going to face Maddux 107 times in a row? Like Vlad Guerrero Jr. and these guys, they'd strike out like 62 times type thing.
Exactly.
It'd be like 80 times. It'd be like whiffing.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Scrounge out a couple of quarters from under the couch to go trade for somebody who actually makes some money. I don't think that he would actually do that. That's not in Hal's style the last couple of years, especially in season. I saw they signed that Heimer Candelario, who the Reds released. That's more their style, going the discount aisle as opposed to trading for someone who's actually having a huge year like Suarez.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
I would be looking to get him in dynasty or keeper leagues. If I'm out of a league and I'm looking to rebuild for the next years ahead, that's where I'm looking. Yuri Perez is a special young pitcher that we're going to be talking about in that Paul Skeens, in that Tariq Skubal, in that grouping of guys. I think he can be that good. He's only 22 years old. He's the boy. So you're getting a situation here where Yuri Perez eventually is going to grow into that man of a pitcher.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So I know we're doing baseball, but I just want to throw this out there, Carver High. The PSG line that I'm seeing is PSG minus $1.65, Chelsea plus 4 bills, the draw plus 310. Yeah, I think that's a decent price. That's a 90-minute bet, right? They need to win in 90 at minus $1.65. You're not going to get a better price than that. I think they'll kill them. I think that's money right there.
I agree with you. I think that they are going to smash them on Sunday, just like they smashed Real Madrid yesterday. I got no problem laying that down. 165, 170, whatever you want to go. I think that they'll take care of business in the 90 minutes as well. Should be a fun day out at MetLife.
Not for
For
Chelsea.
all the fans. No, it's not going to be a fun day for Chelsea, that's for sure. All right, a few other baseball things. All-star replacements. I got to tell you, I'm not sure if anyone that was originally scheduled pitched for the American League is even going to the game at this point. David Peterson will replace Robbie Ray on the NL side. Carlos Rodon for Max Fried. Carlos Estevez for Jacob deGrom. Casey Mize for Garrett. Don't call me Davy Crockett because my name is Crochet. I guess Scubal's like the only guy, but he's going to start the game. I think almost every pitcher's been changed out in the American League from the original list. It's bizarre.
So does that help you in any way in terms of betting? Like, are you, because none of the guys that are supposed to going to be there are going to be there. And then your boy Larry Mize in for Davy Crockett, Estevez for deGrom. Are you kidding me? Rodon for free chicken.
And they already took out Hunter Brown, right? Hunter Brown's not pitching in the game either. He got replaced the other day. There's just a lot of guys on the AL squad who aren't going to be there. So
Hunter Brown should have been replaced after that outing he had the other night. Who didn't score?
Who didn't score in that spot? And this is something I did not know. Me and you have been talking about who's going to start for the National League in terms of the starting pitcher. We've been talking all week about Skeens or Wheeler or who's it going to be. I found out this morning, I didn't know this, that the manager doesn't pick the starting pitcher anymore. Major League Baseball decides.
Is that right?
Who's I guess it's Manfred and the office decide who's going to start the game. They ask the manager for a suggestion, but all in all, they're the ones who decide who starts. So that might help Skeens too. I think they would want Skeens to start the game.
Now, wait a minute. What you said was interesting. They ask the manager what he thinks, and then they make the decision anyway. Why even ask him?
Right. I think that it said the manager has a little small input. They get asked who they think that should start. It's taken into consideration, but Major League Baseball is the ones that ultimately decide which pitcher starts the All-Star game now.
How about this? Skeens with that 1.95 ERA in over 200 innings over 2 years and over a year and a few months. Let's calm down with 2 years. Over a year and a few months. And then you got the guy that's in the quitter club. We just gave him his own locker in a parking place. Is there anything worse than a guy saying, I'm going to quit in 2 years. I'm retiring in 2 years. I'm done. And he announces it 2 years before he's doing it. He said, this is it for me. I'm going to retire. I want to be around my kids in 2027. So this is it for me. Like, can we not have the quitter start the All-Star game? He's already quitting. And I'm out of here. I'm taking all this money and I'm out of here. I don't like him to begin with. I don't like the Phillies to begin with. And can I have some happiness with Paul Skeens, because he doesn't have any playing in Pittsburgh. And I'm also rooting for the cruise missile to win the home run contest, because, again, I have nothing but failure and losing. And bottom line is, in Pittsburgh, if you're a baseball fan, two things. One, life sucks. Two, my buddy said it best. I haven't watched a game in 5 years. That's how bad they suck. That my friend who lives in Pittsburgh hasn't watched in 5 years. Do you understand? When you live in New York, you have the Mets or Yankees on the TV no matter what, no matter where you are, every day of the summer. It happens every night, everywhere, in every bar, everywhere you go, at your house. It's always on, right? In Pittsburgh, they don't do that. You know why? Because the Pirates suck that bad.
They do suck that bad. But I think it actually just moves to, I think baseball wants to be able to spend 24 hours going Skeens versus Skubal to start the All-Star game. Like, I think that's something that they'll be able to, and they should have pitched against each other a few weeks ago in that doubleheader, and the team screwed that up.
New to social casinos? You're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
If you're betting $50 a pop, doesn't matter. But if you want to bet $2 or $3 grand each side and literally have plus 110 on both sides, not the worst way to make some money on a Sunday night.
Not at all, right? I mean, and that's amazing. I've never really watched this in real time where you see these odds fluctuate with penalty kicks going on.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
Kalshi has been around since 2018, offering these event contract trading prediction markets where you can wager on things like the weather, whether or not Dave Portnoy is going to give a 9.0 on his next pizza review spot, and then the election, which is where they really made headlines. Election betting is technically illegal.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
You don't want a big that's camped out under the basket and clogging the lane. He provides a lot of really good defense, a lot of three-point shooting, and again, younger than Brook Lopez. It is a good match. I just don't think it moves the needle. But as we talked about to open the show, when Giannis Antetokounmpo was saying, we're not just going to sit here this year and say, oh, Dame's down, let's just take a pause year because I'd rather go try to chase a championship. So at least they're being honest and saying, we're going to make this team better.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.